Mesilla Valley Transportation, or MVT. We here in El Paso and Las Cruces see the big blue trucks all over the borderland. But with over 1,600 trucks, 1,900 drivers, 6,000 plus trailers, trucking yards and terminals scattered all across the continental United States, and the largest terminal in far east El Paso, it's hard to believe that a nationally ranked trucking company started right here in the Mesilla Valley, right by the river. But that's America. Whether it's an individual, a family, or a big corporation, everything starts out small until it grows into something significant and special. Today, I'd like you to ask yourself some questions. Is your career where you want it to be? Are you satisfied with your employment? Does your job give you the potential to earn over $100,000 a year? Join me as we take a close look at an American success story born right here in the Mesilla Valley, and ask yourself, should you become the next member of the MVT family? MVT believes in promoting safe and fuel-efficient driving habits by giving away big cash bonuses and even brand new cars to drivers. If it seems as though a brand new car or a $25,000 bonus is a little over the top for simply having good gas mileage, there's a significant reason MVT is obsessed with fuel efficiency. Bad gas mileage nearly ended the founder's dream of growing a successful trucking company. The year was 1981. A young man named Royal Jones was getting married and needed a steady job, fast. Little did he know his first truck driving job would one day become a multi-million-dollar transportation enterprise. I had the honor of getting to know Royal Jones and how his company got started.
I started driving a truck at Amos Propane in Anthony at 18. And man, I went from making $2 an hour, which was more than minimum wage, $80 a week. Mr. Amos paid me 9 cents a mile and said, you can only run 3,000 miles a week because you're young and full of vinegar. I could do 3,000 miles in 3.5 days. There was no logs back then, no check logs. Well, so all of a sudden I'm making $270 for the week, and I've got half the week left to go. So I worked on cars, bought and sold things, and I really thought I was a millionaire. But when I started making $270 a week, I'm like, why would I ever do something
over $1,000 a month? Hey, life's really good.
And I really thought I was on top of the world. I put $1,500 down that I had saved, and he toted the note for a year at 10% interest, $3,000, and that was the start of me having a truck. And
19 years old, you buy your first truck for
yes, sir.
$4,500.
Yes.
And now look around at this operation. You gotta love that.
I went through hard times. That first truck broke all the time, but remember, I knew how to do everything. I could fix the motor, I could fix the transmission.
Royal was getting too busy to fix his own truck, so he teamed up with a young mechanic in Las Cruces, New Mexico, named Jimmy Ray. Jimmy had a truck. Royal had a truck. Business was starting to pick up in a big way, and it was time to grow.
Me being Royal Jones Trucking, him being Sunray Trucking, I told him, I said, let's go with one name, Mesilla Valley Transportation. Here in Las Cruces, we are in the Mesilla Valley. The mountains to the west are called the Mesillas, flat like a table, and we're in the valley of the Mesillas. So Mesilla Valley is what the whole area is, and I said, Mesilla Valley Transportation sounds big. Oh yeah, we got 4 trucks right now, but we'll grow into that name. And the name's been with us for over 40 years now.
And so it began in early 1982, a trucking company that would one day grow into one of the largest privately owned transportation companies in America. Mesilla Valley Transportation's second customer was Economy Cash and Carry, and Charlie Elias remembers meeting Royal for the first time.
he used to bring product for us from Colorado and from different areas in the US. And that's how I got to meet him. Because he was doing the dispatch, and I think without anybody else knowing, he was probably driving the trucks himself. He's an incredible gentleman and a good-hearted man. Well, it was around 1982, and he would bring us truckloads of pinto beans and different items that we still sell at Economy. And the way that we used to do it is pick up the phone like we did things in the old days and said, "Hi, Royal, do you have a truck in Colorado?" "Yeah, Charlie." "Okay." He's got a Rolodex in his office in Las Cruces that he's saved, that he has all of his contacts in, and he wrote them in himself. You ought to go see that thing. It's better than a treasure.
Starting with 2 trucks and that Rolodex, Mesilla Valley Transportation now has thousands of clients in 48 states and Canada. MVT ships millions of dollars in freight every year and growing. But Royal almost had to hit the brakes on his new company. Why? They were spending too much on diesel fuel.
My dream of having this bigger company almost died. And I went back and I looked at all my records, all the tip envelopes, and I realized that these trucks were only getting about 4 miles to the gallon. Well, back then, that was the average. But when I drove my own truck, I got 5.5. So just by going back and doing the math on what those guys were doing, if I went, I couldn't change the freight rate I get. I couldn't change the payments. I couldn't change how much I paid them. What could I change? I got to lower my expenses. I looked at the fuel at 4 miles to the gallon. If I just got 5, back then, that would be 750 gallons a month per truck, right? And back then fuel was up to $1. So that would be $750 a month per truck, $1,500. Well, if I'm losing 1,000 and I get these guys to get 5, I'll erase that negative 1,000 and have a positive 500 a month. When I talked to the 2 drivers who both stayed with me for over 30 years, 34 years, both of them, I said, guys, if we don't get these trucks up to 5 miles per gallon, I'm gonna sell one and I'll just go back to driving the other one and this deal's over. And they said, no, boss, we're in, we'll do it. We understand and we'll do it. So sure enough, they got 5.5 miles to the gallon. So now, not only did I make 500, I made a little extra. And so you know what I can do then? I still can't live off 1,000 a month, right? So I can just go buy another truck. But I didn't just, you know, I mean, some people are like, oh, if you're losing money with one, better get 2 or get 3. No, you better figure out how to make money with each truck, then get more. And that's how we grew to this.
Fuel efficiency is an obsession of Mesilla Valley Transportation.
Truly.
In so much that you actually reward your drivers, you encourage your drivers, you require your drivers to drive smoothly. Tell us about that.
When we came up with more and more perfect trucks, we thought we could just make the perfect truck that would get the greatest mileage. And then I realized a bad guy or gal can still get in and drive it like a race car and use it hard. So we created games. Like today, you'll see the result of a game, but he or she with the best fuel mileage for a year gets $25,000. Every 3 months, we give a brand new vehicle to the person with the best fuel mileage, but you can only win that once. To be eligible, you have to run X amount of miles if you're single, X amount of miles if you're a team, 0 accidents, perfect log scores, CSA scores, everything has to be perfect about you. And like today, we're gonna give somebody a brand new car.
Royal Jones learned something else about driving smoothly to get the best possible fuel mileage. Excellent fuel mileage leads to safer driving and less wear and tear on the trucks. Royal, there is a rhythm to driving. You don't want to speed up, throw on your brakes, tailgate people. It should be smooth.
Whether you're driving your car or an 80,000-pound vehicle, smoothness is everything. Take off easy, stop easy. Treat it like it's about to break and it never will, okay? And if you always drive smoothly, once you get on ice and snow, if you already approach turns gently, approach stop lines gently, when you get on ice, what do you got to do different? Nothing. You already drive like you're on ice.
The same characteristics or things that you do, the way that you drive to get good fuel mileage, you need to drive in order to be safe. And so we tie the 2 together. We give away a car every quarter to our driver that has the top fuel mileage, but they have to meet certain safety requirements in order to be able to be eligible for that giveaway. They have to drive smooth, they have to maintain a proper following distance. If they're not doing the things that they need to get good fuel mileage, they're going to be doing the wrong things, which could potentially cause collisions. We have what they call an ECM on every truck, which is an electronic control module that keeps track of how much fuel actually gets injected into the engine, how much it burns, how much is fuel we have on the vehicle, and we just keep track of it that way.
I've been a truck driver for 35 years, and just the fact of being free out on the road. And but I've been with Mesilla Valley for 25 years, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. Learning experience, learn a lot. They treat me good, and it's been an adventure, but it's been a good adventure.
I told him, we just got married, I want my own house. He said, okay, let's go truck driving. We went all states and Canada, dedicated for about 4 years to Canada, Rochester, New York, another 3 years, back and forth, back and forth. We would get home, start building our own house. Now, thank God, and thanks to Mesilla Valley and our effort, I have my house.
They called me, hey, we've got shortages of well-experienced drivers, and wouldn't you like to support our family, our company, because we need you. So I said, all right, if you need me, I can go. Because, so far I traveled through all the Europe, so I knew every corner of Europe. So I said, all right, now that's the time for the United States.
Royal, when you host these festivities for your drivers and give them awards, these people come up to you and they just want to shake your hand and meet you. They love you, and
Thank you.
love them.
Thank
It
you.
shows. Tell us about your people.
People think I'm so great. I'm just a guy. And I surround myself with great people. And I seem to get the best out of people to help me complete this mission. But I couldn't do any of it without them. I mean, it's not me. It's the people I surround myself with.
In addition to all the other benefits, the family atmosphere, and the enormous support team, MVT compensates its drivers very, very well.
MVT depends on great drivers. We have solo drivers that can make a potential $78,000 a year in some of our lanes. We have some teams that can make between $80,000 to $100,000 a year. And then if you become a trainer, you can make between $103,000 to $120,000 a year just driving around the country. Think about that. You could become an essential part of the economy. You can make a difference in your family's life. You could buy a house, pay for their college, all while being a member of a family at Mesilla Valley Transportation. The secret to success for Mesilla Valley Transportation is our people. From the brand new drivers on day one, to the drivers that have been here 40 years, to the staff that has been here 20 plus years. I believe we have over 265 people that have been here over 10 years.
He sent me to truck driving school. A year later, I was into truck driving with Mesilla Valley. Started with Mesilla Valley. He's been here 23 years. I've been here 22 years.
Yep.
As long as I can remember, he was a truck driver. Very sweet person. And I thought I should do everything my father did. So from about 3 years old, I've always wanted to be a truck driver. And I finally accomplished it.
The occupation of truck driving, it's very rewarding and it can be very lucrative. What would you say to somebody who is thinking about becoming a driver?
If you want to become a driver, make sure you can handle the big equipment and the highway. You got to go drive. Of course, we'll make you go drive and all that, but it's kind of scary the first time you realize how much bigger you are than the traffic and how harder it is to slow this thing down and get around the curves. And now you got to go up and down a mountain. How'd you like to go over Trans Mountain? How'd you like to go to Colorado where there's nothing but Trans Mountains? Or go to the Northwest. So you got to get in your mind that you're able to handle this, able to handle the pressure of the DOT, the traffic, the cops, us, safety calling you saying don't do this, don't do that. Get the load there on time, but don't cheat. Get the load there on time, but don't speed. Get the load, it's a lot of push and pull.
To operate a big rig, a person needs a CDL, a special driver's license. Once obtained, MVT has its own training program to ensure that drivers develop the best skills and safe habits right from the start.
Mesilla Valley has a very good program about safety. We don't just run around as fast as we can. Safety is #1 priority with Mesilla Valley. My job is to drive all over the country. One of the things that I do is that I train individuals that are coming out of school. They come and get hired with Mesilla Valley. I get them for 60,000 miles. One of the things that I have always tell them before they get into my truck, you have a loved one at home that you love. I have a wife, 3 children, and a grandmother and a grandson. What I do is I tell them this: I want you to bring me home because I'm gonna bring you home safely. A person wishes to become a professional truck driver, I think the school is about 4 to 5 weeks where they get their CDL. At that time, they will find somebody to work for. I hope they do with Mesilla Valley. Mesilla Valley trains them for 60,000 miles, which is equivalent to about 3 months. Other companies only train you for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, where they can experience, like I said, 48 states. At that time, after 6 months of driving, they have a choice of either becoming a team driver and or a solo driver, depending on the individual. One of the programs that we do have here is what we call miles per gallon. Whoever has the highest mile per gallon in 3 months, they win a car. Not only that, but if their miles per gallon are high, they have an increase in their salary by miles percent. The tractors that we have, the trailers, are new. So one of the things that they try and stress with us is safety and be able to work like professionals, which I consider myself one.
Penske and Mesilla Valley do have a great relationship. It goes far and beyond a relationship. It's a partnership where we both work together for a common goal, and that is to keep our trucks rolling safe and drivers happy. The biggest benefit of this partnership is that Penske is equipped with more than 750 service locations, top of the line locations that are ready to service our drivers and our equipment at all times. We dedicate ourselves to hiring top talent and providing the most innovative tools so that our technicians can apply those skills to the maintenance. The most important thing is that we understand what's going on with your tractor. We make that as easy as possible, and you're able to enjoy some time off while we fix your truck. And if you need to get rolling, the best thing is that if we have a time frame to fix your truck, if we don't fix it within that time frame, we will provide a substitute truck that will keep you out on the road.
Every trip when you came here to the company, to the shop, so they check everything, tires, everything. The truck will be rolled again on the road nice. So you don't have to worry about it. So everything is good.
During our 131 point inspection, we check anything from tires, brakes, wheel seals, even the integrity of the truck. The primary purpose of this relationship between Mesilla Valley Transportation and Penske is keeping our drivers safe and our equipment top-notch for them.
Well, from the owner's perspective, you could not meet a better person. You can walk up and talk to him as a driver, just like as I'm talking to you. And he's always telling us to put safety first. If we don't feel safe operating that truck, find a safe place to park it. And I love that.
Mesilla Valley's commitment to safety means their drivers are never alone, no matter where they are, no matter what happens.
So many of the issues that happen out on the road, whether it's with our drivers or with drivers driving personal vehicles, is distraction. And so that's one of the things that we concentrate here at Mesilla Valley. Let me paint a picture of an individual who gets up in the morning, argues with his or her spouse, gets into a vehicle, they're angry, they're late for work, and they have to try and make it to their destination with so much on their mind that they're not paying attention to what's going on in front of them. That's a recipe for some big trouble out there on the road. We here at Mesilla Valley, we staff our people 24/7. We make sure that we try and accomplish everything that we can to alleviate any kind of stress that a driver may have out there on the road. If they're having payroll issues, we have individuals here that can answer those payroll questions. If they have issues with their family, we have all kinds of programs that are available to our drivers that allow them to be able to take counseling or to be helped. If a driver doesn't feel safe, they're the captain of their ship. They're the ones that can call us and say, look, I'm in a situation that I'm just not really comfortable getting behind the wheel on, and I need someone to talk to. And we've got individuals here from safety 24/7 that can sit down, talk with the driver, and go through what needs to be done. We've got individuals that are here through operations that are here to support and help those drivers and make sure that they get home to their most important stop.
At Mesilla Valley Transportation, family is everything. Even though the company has nearly 2,000 drivers, the entire feel of the company is one big family. I saw this especially watching Royal Jones interact with his employees. He truly appreciates and loves his drivers, and it's very clear that they love him too. Mesilla Valley Transportation is a family both figuratively and literally. 3 of Royal's children either work for MVT or work closely with the company. So your son is the COO, and your daughter, Jackie, she's important too.
She's over all of our marketing. You see all the beautiful stuff we do on MVT Cares, We Care, how MVT changed my life, all the advertising, all the Facebook, Instagram, all that type of thing, and she's really dedicated to what she does.
As the Chief Marketing Officer for Mesilla Valley Transportation, I oversee everything that we do in marketing to make sure that we're giving off the best impression of the company to the public.
I've met some of your drivers, and they love your dad, and they love you. It's like a family.
It really is, yes.
So how do you market a family?
Well, we really take a lot of time and make the effort to just showcase and highlight the good things that are happening in our drivers' lives, whether they made an accomplishment at work, or if they have a family member who accomplished something, we just like to celebrate every single win. I think what makes Royal special is just how much he cares. He truly cares for every driver. He wants to hear their problems if they're having them. He always wants to try to find a way to help them. And it could be something, it could be a little, it doesn't matter the scale of the problem. He wants to be able to help. And it's just not with drivers, it's with office personnel as well. And whenever we see that, we feel it. And then, in this miraculous way, everybody around him here starts to model that as well.
What's the upside? What's the excitement? What's the fringe benefits of it?
As a truck driver, you can make more money than you can as a non-skilled laborer. Yes, you're going to be gone hours, but not only are you gone, you get to see the United States. You get to see the changes. You get to see the fall as you drive through Colorado. You get to see the trees changing. You get to see the snow. You get to see all this beautiful country and all this earth that God created for us to live on and thrive on. And you're driving home, you've had a good week, you delivered all your loads on time, you're coming home, it's Friday night or whatever day it is, and your family, you know how those kids are gonna be looking? Daddy, your family's gonna be so excited to see you. And just to know that you went out and accomplished something and delivered all this product so the world can eat.
This vest, it's his own little model because we usually get jackets. It's Mesilla Valley Transportation Safe Driving Club, over 3 million miles. It's been over 3 million. Actually, he's going on his 4 million already.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
When I started, Mesilla Valley was very small. We used to deal more with the owner, or Mr. Jones, and they always treated us like family. And it's grown through the years, but it has kept the same respect for the drivers, that atmosphere as a small company.
I truly believe that we're blessed. It's a blessing to be able to come to work every day and get to interact with such amazing people, to interact with our drivers and driver support, which would be all of the office staff, personnel. It's unbelievable the things that this company has brought into my life, and it's because of the people that are here.
And now people all over the country know how to spell Mesilla, they know how to say Mesilla. It's not always Mesilla, and it's sure not Melissa. Back then, can you imagine when there was no computers? Every day when I would doing everything by hand, yes sir, Robert, my name is Royal Jones from Mesilla Valley Transportation, 3530 West Picacho, Las Cruces, New Mexico. I gotta spell all that.
We used to take our breaks whenever we want and stay Niagara Falls, Canada, wherever. Take a motel for 2-3 days, enjoy life without making money. We are making money and enjoying life. We got to know places, Florida, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Together.
Yep.
That easy.
That's a big plus of being owner-operators. Yeah. Go drop the trailer and call him and say, I need a couple of days off over here. They would give them to us. We would go travel. Like I said, first place I got to see were the Niagara Falls. So from there, every state we would get a day off or something, just go visit the places. Simple as that. You get paid to travel.
I have a grandson who is interested in becoming a truck driver, And I told him to go get his CDLs and notify me. I will get him on at Mesilla Valley, and I will be his trainer. So I'm just waiting on him to get his CDLs.
You think he'll like it?
I think he'll love it.
Because I know so much mechanical stuff, and because I'm a truck driver too, you can't fool me, truck driver, and I can't fool you. I'm not going to even try to. Truck drivers know that I love them and they love me, and we care and respect our truck drivers. You'll see today, if you stick around here, we're going to have some of our drivers that have been with us for over 20 years here today. And I promise you, they love this place. I love them, they love me, and they love everybody that works here. It's quite the family, a big family. We have lots of people with 30, 25, 20, truck drivers with over 20. I think we've got a couple of drivers in the 30s that have been here that long, and that really says something. That probably nothing makes you proud of it.
If you've decided the time is right to embark on a new challenge in life, a new and satisfying career, reach out to Mesilla Valley Transportation. Even if you do not yet have your CDL, MVT's professional recruiters can guide you in the right direction. There are so many ways to connect with MVT. First, you can call 575-CDL-JOBS. That's 575-235-5627. MVT will be happy to answer any and all of your questions. Next, if you have your CDL, you can see a current list of driver opportunities in several states. Visit driveformvt.com and click on Regional Opportunities. In El Paso, you can visit the MVT Recruiting Center during business hours at 1155 North Zaragoza Road, Suite C106. In addition to drivers, MVT is always seeking dynamic people as support staff. Choose a career with high earning potential. Be a critical part of America's supply chain. Work for a company that rewards safety and fuel efficiency. Select an employer with excellent benefits and compensation. But most importantly, build a career at a company that treats you with the kindness and respect of family. Mesilla Valley Transportation is that family, and your new career may be just a phone call, visit, or web search away. So the next time you see a big blue MVT truck cruising down the highway, maybe the driver of that big rig will be you. Every journey starts with a single step, and maybe that step for you, and even your spouse, is deciding, would you love a brand new opportunity? Whether it's an individual, a family, or a big corporation, everything starts small before it grows into something significant and special. For Mesilla Valley Transportation, I'm Robert Bettis. God bless, and keep on trucking.